The war in Iraq was not simply a mistake. It was based on deliberate lies, told to the American people, broadcast through the media, spread throughout our nation and the world. We have troops who are sacrificing their lives because the administration said that Iraq had weapons of mass destruction. This is wrong. We've got to end this war. This week, Congress is going to make a decision about President Bush's request for up to $120 billion additional dollars to continue the war. If Congress approves this legislation, President Bush will have enough money to keep the war going through the end of his term, and he'll even have some money available if he chooses to attack Iran. We've got to stop this madness. We've got to stop this impulse towards war. We've got to set aside this idea that somehow we can dominate other nations, that we can force them to a particular kind of government, that we can dictate to them the kind of leaders they should have. America has to take a new direction, and it should start now. Congress is under no obligation to continue appropriating money to keep the war going. Indeed, Congress has a responsibility to put an end to it now. Money's in the pipeline to bring the troops home. And if the president would argue to the contrary, then we should appropriate only enough money to bring the troops home and set in place the very peace strategy that I've been talking about now for months. H.R. 1234, the end of the occupation, the closing of the bases, bringing our troops home. Having a parallel peace process that enables the world community to finally get involved, absent U.S. occupation, with peacekeepers and security forces that can help stabilize Iraq, while a peace plan continues to work its will to stabilize energy and food prices in Iraq, to create a process of reconciliation, reconstruction, reparations in Iraq, to return to Iraq the full control over their oil. It is possible to build a plan for peace in Iraq, but it's less possible the longer we stay at war, and that's why we have to end this war now. Call your member of Congress now. Insist that they vote against this appropriation. Do not accept the answer that somehow this is all about helping the troops. What a strange way we help our troops. We don't give them the equipment they need. When they come home, we don't take care of them. Our veterans are lacking in the kind of basic services they have a right to expect. How strangely we help our troops. This thing isn't about helping the troops. It's about keeping a war going and locking our troops into a civil war, which this administration helped to create. We've got to bring those troops home. We've got to remember the people who are out there every day who love their country so much, who are our brothers and our sisters, who are our nephews and our nieces, who are our husbands and our wives, who have put their lives on the line for the United States of America. We owe them more than leaving them in Iraq. This is time for us to take a new direction. And that direction is out of Iraq, and the plan is there. This is the week for you to get involved. Call your member of Congress now. Make sure that they know that you believe the war should end now. If we do not call forth this capacity for a new direction, if we do not insist that America begin to take the path of peace, then we bear responsibility for the continued loss of life of our troops and for the loss of lives of innocent civilians. I think America's at a pivotal point right now. We can either go deeper into war or we can reconstruct the moment and rescue our nation. This is really about what kind of a nation we want. And I'm certain that there are enough people out there who want to see America change, who reject the idea that we should keep funding this war, who know that we have to reach out to the world community and create a whole new context for international relations, who know that the needs of our people here at home, healthcare, education, housing, our veterans, the need to put money into environmental improvement projects, the need for job creation are greater than ever. And we just can't keep going down this path of wasting all this money on death. I thank you for your involvement, But now is the time for all of us who love our country to stand up and be counted.